Gentlemen, welcome to what TV9 India thinks today. This is the second day, the start of the News9 Global Summit. In line with this year's theme, India poised for the next big leap. We've gathered here today to map out India's growth path, its strengths, its opportunities, and the challenges we could face as we leapfrog into becoming a developed nation or Viksit Bharat by 2047.
But Shweta, how exactly will the idea of a Viksit Bharat come to life amid global crisis? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's a question that looms large, and at News9 Global Summit, we will try to get those answers for you. But before further ado, take a look at what's in store for you all today at TV9 What India Thinks Today, presented by Poonawalla FinCorp, co-powered by Zydus Wellness, Ultratech, Priya Gold, and Phenolex Cables. What a great list, ladies and gentlemen. A big round of applause for all the people that are going to come here on day one, day two, and the third day as well.
Well, remember, top policy makers, union ministers, and former heads of state are going to be a part of this mega thought fest, culminating with keynote address by none other than Prime Minister Narendra Modi himself at the Global Summit, the News9 Global Summit later tonight.
That's right, Shweta. And apart from India's brightest mind, dignitaries from across the world, delegates from almost 20 countries, and the India chiefs of 4 UN organizations, ladies and gentlemen, are gracing the event today. Not just that, TV9 What India Thinks Today is also soon going to be going global, ladies and gentlemen.
But for all those present here today, let's indulge you in what is News9 all about. Well, after dominating regional language news market for decades now, the TV9 network has forayed into English news in a brand new digital avatar through the News9 Mediaverse. Now, this comprises of 3 distinct offerings, Kabir.
Number 1, ladies and gentlemen, the world's first news OTT, News9 Plus. It offers cutting-edge Netflix-like news viewing experience with world-class UI and UX that beats global standards of content consumption.
and the News9 Live, India's first and only digital exclusive connected TV streaming platform that offers round-the-clock global, national, political, domestic, business and sports news.
And of course, News9Live.com for all of you, those out there that still like to read news in all its nuance and intricacy.
And leading from the front is TV9's MD and CEO Barun, who has marshaled all the editorial and marketing prowess of TV9 Network to bring to you the second edition of TV9 What India Thinks Today, the News9 Global Summit. May I please invite on stage Barun to deliver his opening address.
Thank you, Shweta and Kabir. The Honorable Tony Abbott, former Prime Minister of Australia, Madam Maria Ahmed Didi, former Defense Minister of the Maldives, His Excellency Now Gilan, Ambassador of Israel, our distinguished guest, delegates from all over the world, ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure and honor to welcome you all to the News9 Global Summit, which is the day 2 of TV9 What India Thinks Today. It's only the second edition of our flagship annual summit, but I'm delighted to tell you that it is far bigger in its scope and more novel in its architecture and formats. The summit theme ponders over a bold aspiration, India poised for the next big leap. Notably, to get an honest outside-in view, we have invited several distinguished leaders and experts from all over the world, in fact, from over 20 countries, to share their perspectives and prescriptions. TV9 Network is grateful to them for investing their time and energy in this enterprise. As a keen observer of the India story and the changing global dynamics, I say with confidence that both the decadal momentum and the geopolitical moment are in India's favor. There are two pillars of global dynamics, geopolitics and geoeconomics. On both counts, India is now the epicenter of global interest. Our country is being recognized as a new leader of the global South, not only as a champion for global peace, but also, as the IMF rightly said, a bright spot in the global economy. The other big economy is facing its own set of challenges. China's territorial ambitions are being seen as a threat to a rules-based world order, prompting democratic nations to shift away from it. For almost 3 decades, China grew exponentially, courtesy-free Western markets, even while keeping its own economy largely closed. Contrary to that, while India marches towards being the 3rd largest economy, we believe that to prosper, we need to take others along. Hence, India's focus on one family, one earth, one future is the template the world needs. However, we understand that India's next big leap will not be without challenges. We still have major conflicts going on in Europe and West Asia that could flare up into global crisis at any time. At the same time, the process of deglobalization is going on. More and more countries want to be self-reliant in critical areas. If tariff walls go up around the world would be greater friction in trade and commerce, significantly reducing benefits to consumers. The uncertainties in supply chains will also have a severe impact on inflation and could push millions into poverty. There are many issues India and the rest of the world have to deal with. As the day unfolds, you will get to hear some of the biggest and most important stakeholders and experts from India and abroad, global CEOs, Indian cabinet ministers, discuss a wide variety of key issues. And of course, we will get to hear the overarching vision for a new India, the dream of a Viksit Bharat from the architect of the plan himself, the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, later this evening. I have no doubt we will get several excellent insights, solutions, and actionable ideas from these conversations. Therefore, I invite you to make the most of the sessions and the networking opportunity. With that, let me hand you back to the MCs. Thank you very much and welcome.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Barun. It's now time to get the ball rolling and start with the very first keynote address of the day. Coming up on stage is a prominent face in the Indo-Pacific region.
Almost a decade since he left office.